Shucking corn, good quality. Probably the family is eating corn for the next day or so. Santos has decided to sit down and help out for some reason. Maybe it's the delay. No, Jose's talking about my recorder. Might as well go over and see Santos.
Hubert Smith is a filmmaker and anthropologist. For 15 years, he has been studying the family. Like much anthropological investigation, his work has a personal motivation.
When I was a child, we saw my grandparents on holidays. Their idea of family was something I never forgot. My own family never seemed as comforting as theirs. I tried to understand my feelings by studying nuclear families in North America, but I wasn't getting anywhere.
Podemos quedar en Norteamérica si queremos, pero hemos venido aquí porque queremos mucho a la gente, a la vida, a la comida, a todo. Sí, es diferente.
Sí, es diferente.
Pero nos gusta mucho.
Down here, the extended family is still operating. My grandparents were raised in this kind of family. Here I could see how in-laws functioned in the same household. Here I could film the daily contacts between the old and the young. Here I could see people living in a single economic and domestic unit who in my society would be part of several nuclear families. This region became a second home for my wife Linda and me.
A little masa is put in there to thicken it up.
I could study and enjoy a way of life I felt I had missed. And finally, I began to realize that my experience might be useful to others. We decided to make a documentary for television. We would select a village where we would live and work for a year.
Podemos, ¿qué cree? ¿Que podemos dejar rumbo de Tizimí?
Completamente. Absolutamente, no hay problema allá. Él se siente marginal. Hay grupos indios, pero están muy marginalizados.
Yucateco anthropologist helped us plan the search. We wanted a community small enough to observe, yet large enough to have some social complexity. I also hoped to find a place where the modern world might be affecting family life.
Entonces pescamos dos áreas. Okay, if we drop down from Libre Union...
We went south, into the heartland of a people many think have ceased to exist.
South and east to Cacauchen, Cancabzinot.
Pero ese pueblo es un pueblo esencialmente maya. Claro que ahorita estos señores andan como nosotros, ¿no? Pero la forma de expresarse, el maya que tienen ellos es un maya muy distinto a los de Shul, más autóctono maya, eso quiero dar a entender.
Maya villages are scattered because each needs a large tract of forest to support it. The village of Chican was perfect. 350 people lived here. Houses lay buried among banana and citrus trees on lots an acre big. The gravel road had come through just a year ago. We'd be seeing traditional people dealing with fresh outside contact. Our method is to observe daily life. A culture is revealed in what its people actually say and do. Within a few weeks, I decided I wanted to film the family of Don Raimundo and Doña Agrifina Coyi Coyi. Like me, Raimundo was in his mid-40s. Like most Yucatec Maya their age, they knew the modern world, but had chosen to continue pursuing a traditional way of life. There were 9 in the household. I wanted to see if the kids were making the same choices their parents had.
Entonces queremos mirar bajo forma qué pasa en la milpa. Oh, está bueno, gracias.
They quickly made it clear we would be participants as well as observers in their lives.
It's good that you like those so well.
So our work began. Not that we were fully on board yet with the Maya sense of humor.
A lot of this giggling, or at least high spirits, is due to us. We're crammed in here about a foot from everybody. First time we've been in here like this. It's fun. ¿Qué dice?
Tiene frío.
¿Tiene frío? Ah. Nosotros no. Es muy agradable esto.
Parece pavo.
Pero es lo más cerca del fuego.
Sí.
But the extended family doesn't exist simply because it's a pleasant way to live. The real story of the Maya family lays here, in the Monte. The Monte is the dense scrub forest that carpets the thin soils of the rocky limestone plain of Yucatan. It's the same forest that cradled the era of the ancient Maya. And for 1,000 years, it's been methodically dismantling their monuments. But just as their ancient ancestors did, Maya sons and fathers still grow corn in this forest. Each fall, they must cut a new field. They rest each location at least 10 full years. As the weak soils are renewed, they are again blanketed by tangled native vegetation. The soils lay in pockets among rocky outcrops. Only hand tools can be used here. It takes the men about a month to fell 10 acres. The burn clears the field and kills dormant weeds and insects. The ashes contain many of the nutrients that were in the vegetation. It's all done with exquisite precision to protect resting forest on its perimeter. Only the extended family can muster sufficient manpower to make a proper field. Manpower that's also infused with the loyalty and intensity the system demands. Raimundo is more than a father. He has knowledge and skills directly linked to survival. When he was 3 years old, Jose cried until his father relented and began to bring him to the field. Bernardino's been married a year, but as is customary, he and his wife will live and work with his parents indefinitely. Santos is an equal partner in the crop and a full adult in the community. Automaro doesn't often work in the fields. He and his younger brother are usually in school. They concentrate on 3 basic plants superbly adapted to this ecology. The crop yields carbohydrate energy, and when beans and corn are eaten together as they do daily, a complete vegetable protein. They balance their needs and capacities against what the ecology will permit. A precise and brutal bargain with a single overwhelming logic. It's fed the Maya for centuries without exhausting them or their land. Their forest has so far resisted modern farming techniques or other exploitation. So by choosing to live within the dictates of their ecosystem, these Yucatec Maya have also preserved the extended family. I'm fascinated by the lives of Maya children.